भाई के मेरे का दोनों में यार चालू
เฟซบุ๊กจะใช้อยู่นะ
Đi ra đây.
เฟซบุ๊กนะ
Đi. Đi đi khỏi. Đâu? Dạ. Lấy đi.
Well, I was able to gouache these last week. Oh, there goes this idiot.
Now, some of you might not be familiar with my first guest. He's radio's #1 shock jock, as they say. So here we are to prove once and for all that we here. Here we are to prove once and for all that we here on The Tonight Show are not members of the cultural elite. Howard Stern, ladies.
Jay, there's plenty to discuss, is there not? I know we have limited time. I'm very excited to be on the new Tonight Show. This is truly marking the beginning, having me on.
Yes. I think hell in a handbag.
It shows a difference in direction with the Tonight Show. I think it's a loosening up of the Tt Show, if I may say so, Jay.
A loosening up?
It really is. You know, let me address a few things. First of all, there's all kind of rivalries going on, is there not? Jay, take those glasses off.
Is this all it takes?
That's
really?
it, man. That's it. Truly amazing. I'm gonna tell you a secret. The truth of the matter is, Jay talked to me backstage. You had a conversation with
Talked to
me
you backstage.
and asked me not to talk about Johnny Carson. Is that true? Jay, is that true? Jay said to me, don't talk about Johnny Carson. I certainly understand why. Of course, Jay is involved in controversy. All I know is, to me, Jay is a very nice guy. I've known you for years.
We know each other, right?
But I have never seen so much controversy on a show. It's unbelievable. You're a nice guy. You come on the show, you do the show. So what do I tune in? I see, I'm not going to talk about Johnny, Jay. Just keep it in your pants. But I'm going to say something. I tuned in Arsenio the other night, right? And I like this show 10 times better than any Arsenio show, by the way. I really do. This moron, thank you. This moron Arsenio, who couldn't even do stand-up comedy. Jay, true or false? You are a stand-up comic. You sit at home at night evaluating other comics with Jerry Seinfeld. They sit at home, they watch television. Do you or do you not sit and evaluate other comics?
Oh, sure, I think everybody.
You do, you do. Is Arsenio a good stand-up comic? No, say it. Say the truth. No, he's not.
No,
He's not. I don't mean to get you involved in a
No,
row.
I would say it. No, he is pretty good stand-up.
He's a good stand-up comic. That's a lie. Hey, Branford. This is the problem. No. This is the problem with the show, Jay. You got no killer instinct. Oh, he's a pretty good stand-up. You got no killer instinct. Let me tell you something. My feeling on Arsenio is he's a crummy stand-up comic. So I tuned in the other night. So his big thing about Jay is Jay calls Jay a punk ass. Now let me tell you something. Does anybody in this audience know what a punk ass is? What do you think of that? Someone calling you a punk ass. What do you think of that?
Well, I think you just sort of said. Well, I think it hurts the person who says it more than to
You're like
respond.
a lamb, Jay.
To
You're like a
respond.
lamb. No. I think Jay is like a lamb. Hey, Branford, what about you? Are you a team player, Branford?
Yes, I have a team
What do you
player.
think of Arsenio? What do you think of him?
My name is Paul, and that's between y'all.
No, what do you think? Nobody on this show has a killer instinct. What is it, Branford? That he's a black guy and you're a black guy? So what? He's out to ruin you. He's out to
Hey,
make
man,
sure
I'm
that
living in between two white guys already.
nobody on the show has a killer.
You don't need it.
And I'm going to say something else, Jay. Let me continue, please. Let me just say one thing. I got a lot on my mind. I came there from New York. I got a lot on my mind. The amazing thing to me is that here you are, a nice guy. I never heard you say a bad word about
I
anyone.
never said anything bad
The
about
guy is a gentleman. So I tune on this Arsenio, and right away, I'm not talking about Johnny now. I'm talking about Ed and Doc, two of the biggest loads on 2 feet. Ed and Doc. Let me tell you about this.
What's the problem with Arsenio?
Hold it a second, Jay. There's nothing wrong with me saying this. I'm not talking about Johnny now. Here you got two guys, this Ed, for I don't know how long, 40, 30 years or something. He sat on this couch like a big fat blubber that he is. And he's making a great living. He's worth $80 million. What is his problem with Jay? Why would they go on the Arsenio show?
They did not talk about me.
Why would they do that? And then Arsenio, and Ed comes out and starts kissing Arsenio. Let me tell you something, Ed. You could be nice to this guy. There's a certain relationship with the Tonight Show that you should have. And this Doc Severinsen stood there in pink uniform and pink outfits, did nothing. He's a crummy musician. Nobody would even care about him. And he's standing there, and he's making a big speech every night. Big deal. Who are you? But other than you don't need him. I'm going to tell you something, Jay. Jay, you are a nice guy. I'm going to tell you that. You're a very
Thank you,
nice
Howard.
guy.
That's very sweet of you.
This is a lovely guy. He never said a bad word about anybody on the country. We're always gracious. You came here to work.
Probably being a little unfair.
You're doing a good job. Let me tell you something. The show is terrific, and I don't care what Ed does or Doc does. These are two-note talents. They have absolutely nothing on the ball. Absolutely nothing on the ball, and they were lucky to have jobs here with Johnny, and the hell with all of them. Let him go kiss Arsenio's ass. We don't need him. Screw him. Screw him.
I think we'll be back right after this.
There's a good chance that Jay and Howard will be right back.
I like Johnny.
What's that?
It's a consumer survey. They want to know
I
if you're
mean,
happy with your
compared
car.
to
Oh, I am.
I know.
this
And
guy,
as of last
never
night,
just
so
fucking.
does everybody at the Martin's
I never liked that
Its
guy.
first year in the all-new
His show
Toyota
is
Camry
so,
moved thousands to
so,
appreciate that a car could be everything you want and
no,
even more than you
nothing.
imagine.
You gave two complete strangers
got
a 20-minute
midgets.
test drive.
15.
And,
Toyota Camry. Few
it's
cars
like a
actually
Jerry
make you
Springer
this
show
one. But it's not impactful.
without the fights.
It's wild. I wish I
But
was
not.
there. Me too.
It's garbage. Oh my god, it's garbage.
Chocolate. This reminds me of the coffee that we had tonight.
New Viennese Chocolate Cafe. Rich coffee with a touch of luscious chocolate.
That was my favorite night in Vienna. But we never went out.
New from General Foods International Coffees.
How do you feel?
I feel great. You feel terrible.
Do you want to make some money? Okay. You feel terrible.
The New York Times calls Night in the City a lively, gripping foray into the urban landscape.
No can do. What's no can do? What's that, a Chinese advertiser?
Not since Raging Bull has there been such a performance.
This is it, man.
Gritty, intense, powerhouse performances from the New Orleans.
I want to kill me, I don't give a damn!
Hungry young lady.
Night in the City, rated R. Now playing at theaters everywhere.
Oh god.
The Congressional Budget Office says Bob Abrams' defense spending policies will destroy New York's high-tech industry and tens of thousands of jobs. The Congressional Research Service says his tax plan will cost another 100,000 New York jobs. Remember, if Bob Abrams loses this election, he'll still have his job. But if he wins, will you or your neighbors still have yours? Abrams, hopelessly liberal.
Very exciting, Dave. Jay says I went over the line here on the show. I didn't say anything about Johnny.
But you see, you know where a
Just
lot,
Doc and Ed I don't like,
you know
Jay.
where a lot of these things started?
Right.
I think a lot of things started now. I don't agree with anything you said.
No, I know you don't.
No, I know that, because like the thing with Doc, a lot of newspapers started, as a me to Johnny and Arsenio, a lot of newspapers made comparisons about Doc and Branford when some nasty things were said.
You're too worried about these guys. You're too worried about them. I don't like them, you like them.
Doc has always been very nice to me.
Right, Doc's a
And
great
so-
guy. Go on, kissing our thing.
I don't know. Right here on the LA, in LA.
In fact, Jay, I'm glad you mentioned that because we are about 9/10 of a point away from being the #1 radio show in Los Angeles. And it looks like the good people of Los Angeles are turning it all around for us, and we are going to come here and throw a funeral for the two idiots who are #1 now. We will fill the streets of California with merriment and fun and throw a big funeral when we finally kill off those two idiots.
Now let me ask you now.
Right.
You're doing a movie now. You're moving
I have
into
some
a...
exciting news, Jay. Now, I've been on vacation for 2 weeks from my radio show, and I haven't had a chance to explain. There's some recent newspaper articles that say I was canceled from my television show. None of this is true. I'm here to tell you what happened. I went into TV, as you know, and the show, as you know, got high ratings. We had a 31 rating last Saturday night.
That doesn't mean
31.
That's
What
good.
that means is, you know, Roseanne is the #1 show. She has an 18. We had a 31. So that's big news, right? We had big ratings. So the point is, did I get fired from my TV show? No. What I did is I went in and I said, look, you see how you sit here and you got nice lighting on, you look attractive.
Nice lighting.
On my show, I went into the guys, I said, I need some decent lighting. I need a couple of things. I went in and they said, well, okay, we'll get those things for you, but you have to take a pay cut. And I said, I'm not going to take a pay cut for decent lighting. I should have decent lighting. Don't you agree?
Maybe that's why you're on radio. I don't like it.
Well, let me tell you something, Jay. At the same point that this was going on, I was offered a movie deal. And in a movie deal, you don't have to worry about lighting. You don't have to worry about any of those things. You don't have to worry about whether you got a director or a floor manager or any of those things. You have all those things. So if you had a choice, what would you do? Would you do a movie or would you continue to do a television show?
With bad lighting and television show?
Exactly.
I would do
The movie. So, I'm excited to announce that I've signed with New Line Cinema.
We have the poster here.
Well, you don't have the poster.
Yes, we do.
You do have the poster here?
It's
All right, let me see that.
It's Howie and the Hendersons.
There it is, Howie and the Hendersons. No, not quite. Not quite, Jay. Would you like to know the name of the movie? This movie
What is the name of the
will
movie?
gross $200 million.
200.
I have never been wrong. My radio show has been #1 all across the country. We're about to enter Cleveland, Detroit, and Dallas in the next couple of weeks. The TV show was #1, and now the movie will be #1.
Now,
at
what's the
box
name of the movie? What's it about?
Well, it's called The Adventures of Fartman.
Adventures of Fartman.
My audience expects nothing less. The Adventures of Fartman is the working title of this movie, where I will play Fartman, one of the greatest superheroes that ever lived, Jay. What do you think?
Adventures of Fartman.
I think I got a pretty good idea what the movie
Is that the movie you want to see?
Adventures of Fartman.
That is the movie that no studio would ever say, no studio would ever say, hey, we want Fartman.
No, I think. But we got the title down.
I outlined the story, and the great producer David Permit signed me, New Line Cinema, and there it is. That is
Now, when do you start this film?
We are currently writing it, and it will be out next summer.
Now, is this a PG or an R? Or
This will probably, we're somewhere between PG and R. I'm not
no,
looking
there
for
is
an
nowhere between PG and R. There's PG and R.
Well, it's tough to know until you shoot it, because the movie will be filled with actual hookers, lesbians, everything that made my radio and TV show popular. So if you like the radio show, you like the TV show, you like the movie. It's a no-lose situation, Jay. It's a kind of
Yeah, you can't lose, I don't think.
You can't be afraid in life. You certainly
You can't
can't.
be afraid.
I think it's going to be
You gotta
great.
go forward.
You got to go forward with your career, and
Move
that's the
ahead.
kind of thing. So the movie will be out next summer, and I'm
Now, where would you
anticipating.
shoot it? New York or
We're going to shoot it in New York. That's right.
Oh,
It's going to
yeah.
take place in New York while I do the radio
Is it
show.
a period piece, like a Western or?
No. It takes place. I'm the host of a television show who actually moves forward, and due to a series of accidents, becomes the real Fartman. And I'm an amazing superhero. I actually go into convenience stores and save people, and I can fly through the air with my gas, which will be phenomenal. So you got all that going on, all the themes that people love.
Yeah. Well, it's a fascinating film.
Yeah,
I didn't, of course, the sequel as well.
Now what's going to happen? I'm going to be on the whole show tonight. Do I just move down on the...
No, you move down.
I'm going to move down. Who else is going to be
Let
on
me
the
ask you
show?
some questions people have asked me.
Oh, go ahead.
Now, they want to know, is that a wig or is that your real hair?
No, that's my real hair. That's my do. That's the hair that God gave me. I know it looks like Louis XIV. A lot of people have said it to me, but I think it gives me a certain kind of image. A
Let
certain.
me ask you, now, doesn't your wife get a little embarrassed sometimes when you're talking about these things? I know I've heard your radio show, and you sort of talk about personal things your wife do. Doesn't she get embarrassed when you sort of...
Jay, I think you could answer that best. What woman would want to be Mrs. Howard Stern?
Margaret Mead?
You know, sometimes I'll admit it is
Margaret
embarrassing.
Mead wouldn't want to be...
Did you see the cover of the new Penthouse?
Are you on the cover?
Yeah, I was excited about this. And I was really excited. I went to a photo shoot. I was very excited about all this
Oh, why don't they
Penthouse.
have a man on the cover of Penthouse?
Well, that's a new move, because before these had naked girls, none of the newsstands would carry Penthouse magazine.
Ah.
So they put a man on there, and I said, boy, this is very exciting to be on the cover of a magazine. I go to the shoot, and I pose for this attractive picture, and then on the cover they put, Howard Stern has a very small penis. I want to thank the people at Penthouse for doing that. I mean, I can't even show it to anybody, you know what I mean? I was going to put this on the coffee table in my house, but, you know, I don't know if the kids would have appreciated it. Dad has a small penis. That's the kind of thing you want out there. That's the kind of news. Happens to be true.
And you have what, two... We are off for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Tonight we're off for 2 weeks after the Olympics.
Yeah.
The Olympics tomorrow, we're off for 2 weeks. I could not think of a better show to leave on.
That's right. I think it's the right show.
Anyway, we will be back in a minute. Howard Stern and his big movie.
The Tonight Show returns